Hi, I am Sharon Haver of FocusOnStyle.com, and I'm cuddling up to
Brad Boles from the Real Housewives of New York City and also the editor-at-large for FocusOnStyle.com. And today we are going to talk to you about, in these hard economic times, and it is the holidays, and gift giving is something that is a wonderful inspiration if you can afford it. And, and in my opinion, it doesn't necessarily have to be the cost of the gift as much as it has to be the thought that goes into a gift. Whether it's Hanukkah or whether it's Christmas. And we know that you have a son that loots you through the whole month. His birthday is this month. He takes advantage of Hanukkah. He's now taking advantage of Kwanzaa, and he does Christmas.
He said, yeah, well, we do Hanukkah, then we do Christmas, then we do his birthday.
And now he's
working on Kwanzaa. He's coming up with some not really great reasons why we should include that on our list right now. Mostly it's for the gift giving in him. But I also forgot something else. It's also my anniversary, my wedding anniversary, which unfortunately between that and New Year's it just gets like...
get lost.
Yeah, and we're always out west for it in Jackson Hole, and you know, there's only so many nice restaurants you can go to there. I mean, they say there's a million, but when you go there 5 times a year, it actually is not that many.
It's true. So anyway, getting back to the topic, one of the things I sent a tweet out today asking my followers if they could have one.
Did your followers go, Brad?
Yes, they do.
Brad.
And I had asked to let us know at Focus on Style if you could have one fabulous gift, what would it be this year?
Doing his thing again.
And one of the tweets that I
Brad
got
has
back.
this thing of thinking he looks skinny if he's like sitting.
I do, because it makes you look. But your arm isn't long enough to box with God. Anyway, so I got a tweet back from one person.
What tweet?
Yeah, I just tweeted a little bit ago, and the tweet I got back was a black coat. Now, my point is, and because you always tend to be more practical than anything when it comes to your gift giving, but you're not practical when it comes to your own purchases. You never have been. So
no, I am. I am. Actually, I just did my little classic chic shopping guide on Focus on Style, which you might want to look at. Things you always need in your wardrobe. Okay, but the point that my question is, in these hard, lean times, do you go for a practical gift or do you need a bit of fantasy right now? Well, you know, I'm not much of... I prefer not having big gifts exchanges with friends. I really keep the gifts to my son, actually. Right. And we do...
Well, I do a Secret Santa for my parties, which is a really cool thing to do. What it is it's $25 or less. It needs to be wrapped. It's not gender specific.
You're going to tell me that I need to get you a Secret Santa gift now?
And well, you have to. You're coming to my party.
I know.
But the thing about
I don't have a Secret Santa
it doesn't now here. But here's the deal with Secret Santa. It can also be something found in your apartment, something that's a great book that you love that you
Dust bunny.
Yeah, you could do a dust bunny. I think it's a start. I had
now that we got rid of the other cleaning lady, we have lots of dust bunnies.
No, but here's the trick with Secret Santa. Just because it may be the biggest box, when you go to choose yours, be very careful. Because in Morocco, we all as expats do a Secret Santa in the summertime in August, because that's the only time that we're all together from all over the world, this particular group of friends. And so my friend Don does a Secret Santa, and he does the whole Christmas tree and the whole 9 yards, which is very strange with the background of the ocean and being summer in Morocco. And these all happen to be very campy queens. And so they come up with all of these.
Are they bitchy queens?
Not at all. Campy and lumpy.
I know Brad warned me the other day. He said to me, you know what? One thing you never want to do in life? Piss off a bitchy queen.
Absolutely not. Anyway, so they had so they did Secret Santa, and the Secret Santa was one of the funnest. It began the tradition for me, and so I made the mistake of going for the biggest box, thinking, oh, it's got to be something really, really fun.
It's a size queen.
And that's exactly what they set me up with when I opened the box. And the thing is, everyone has to open the box in front of, or your present in front of everybody, so it's kind of a reaction thing. And so what I got was, very cleverly, somebody went to the vegetable market and bought the largest cucumber they could find.
Not a zucchini?
And 2 avocados. Somehow rigged them and attached them to you know what.
But cucumbers and avocados would still be pretty
impressive.
Big.
Yeah. So that's what I got. So you can imagine my surprise when I opened the box. But anyway, the point is...
But it was so that gift was for anyone. It wasn't specifically for you. Yeah. They just kind of knew you'd be the size queen.
Yeah, they would go for the largest box. Exactly.
Size queen.
Anyway, so the thing is...
You seem so happy and gleefully acknowledge something.
Well, you know, there's one's got to have... But just so gift giving and being a size queen are... Yeah, well, I mean, hello. So what is? Let's talk about what's.
I'm a label queen for the record.
What's one of your favorite gifts that you've ever received in your history of receiving gifts at Christmas?
Well, you know, we don't really. It's been a weird thing, like with my husband, because our anniversary's coming up. I mean, we're very practical because we give things.
So you give him a blender.
No, we give things throughout.
Because you're definitely not the Bed Bath & Beyond sort of girl.
No.
In fact, it probably gives you a nosebleed to go in there.
No, I get things in there, but no, we collect glass. Actually, there's one of the pieces is behind us.
And when the kid wants a new game, why do you always cross the street on the opposite side of the road? Because you anticipate what is he going to do to you?
He's going to buy a gift. But you know, the thing is, we give gifts.
In fact, you purposely avoid that street sometimes when you're with your son.
Because he wants a game every day. But anyway, the thing is, we've gotten into the habit of trying to buy art or something,
well, yeah, but you're also
an object.
Your husband's an avid collector of extraordinary blown glass.
Well, the thing is, so what we do is usually we don't give a gift per se, but when we
Thank God it's not Dale Chihuly. Oh.
No, we don't do Chihuly. But when we
Very
find...
Seattle.
No, but there's some nice pieces. I would love to get my hands on William Morris, but that's out of our league.
Actually, Chihuly chandeliers are quite beautiful, though. But they're amazing, but they're $100,000.
What about out here?
Yeah.
We're talking about glass. Anyway, so that's a Benini behind us. But anyway, the thing is, we collect things. So what happens is when we find something that we both really love and we have room for it, we either buy it collectively or he'll buy one, and maybe then I buy the next one. So we really don't do it as
Are we referring to like the 1,000 chairs in your
No,
loft?
She's
a chair queen.
I am. I collect chairs.
I'm a size queen. You're a chair queen.
I am, and I'm down to like one.
And you're a label queen.
I have an obsession for weird chairs, and I want to do a thing about style where you sit with all my chairs. But no, I'm running out of chair space. What am I going to do?
All right, so getting back to
anyway,
most
back to what my husband and I. What we do is we usually, when we find something we really love, we get it at the time, and that's sort of our gift. We're not like, here's the box, surprise.
All right, so what's your thinking on do a holiday party or don't do a holiday party? Which way do you usually go?
Well, we usually have a small get-together for friends, and we just do it because we keep meaning to have all these dinner parties and all these little things throughout the year, and we get so busy, so we just use it as a time, a night for friends to come by.
Now, let's be honest. I mean, how many actual holiday parties do you actually intend to show up at this season?
That I can show up at?
That you intend to show up at. Exactly.
What about you? Are you coming to mine?
Yeah, I'm coming to yours. I mean, but
people show up at mine. I try to do it with this, a core group of friends and
I mean, obviously the housewives are doing some fun holiday parties, so I'm going to do those and bring some holiday cheer to all of those women with long claws. Actually, it's good. Now, anyway,
so what is your best gift?
I think my favorite gift that I think I ever received was
the day you met Greg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
my husband gave me my first really beautiful set of extraordinary luggage that was quite fabulous, and it was from Louis Vuitton.
That's your best gift?
It was extraordinary. It was because it was all the hard luggage back in the day at the time. Of course, it weighs so much now you can't even carry the damn stuff through.
So what was your worst gift? Do you re-gift?
Yes, I have to re-gift because I get... I shouldn't really say that. Yes, I do. I have to re-gift. And the reason why is because I have so many things. I'm like you. It's very little do I need in this life. And so, like, for me, like, a great gift is a candle because you can always use a candle. The only thing that you can't give me... I can't do any candles that have patchouli base. Oh.
See, I'm not a regifter because not by much because I just feel guilty. What I'll do is I'll give it to someone and I'll be perfectly upfront and say, hey, I got this and I can't use it. Would you like it? I don't say here it is.
I love to regift. I have so many wonderful things that I just don't need. It's crazy, and you have to remember also because
but I give it to people. I just don't say, or I'll give it to the to a charity. I don't pretend that I bought it for them and wrap it up. I just basically say, "Hey, do you want it?"
Yeah, no, I do that too. I mean, listen, I have friends over to my house all the time that I have boxes of stuff.
So anyway, we have a little bit of time left. So, what do you do with someone who actually tells you, I don't really want a gift this year, let's not exchange gifts, and you already got them something, and they're insistent? I mean, I've had that a few times.
Well, then you very politely say, you know what, it's a little late for that, I got you something. Then
it makes the other person feel guilty.
Well, I love guilt. I mean, you're Jewish, you love guilt. You're famous for guilt. You know that. Anyway, on that note, one of the biggest things that matters this year is that everybody's safe and healthy, and gifts should come from the heart if you do need to give. And if you can't afford to give, you know what? A phone call is as great as anything. And
also give someone something that would suit their life. Not what you would like to put in their life.
Yes.
And not what you love, but something that really is practical for the receiver.
And my honest opinion is, don't choose a fragrance for someone, because fragrance is personal, and that ends up almost inevitably being regifted.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? Publicists, don't send me fragrance either. There's only a few that I really love. So
oh my God, my stalker's calling me.
God, on that note,
we
will talk to you soon.
I have a real stalker. It's really scary. Anyway, all right. That's what happens when you're on TV, guys. FocusOnStyle.com.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.